Okay, so you can later on also share the recordings with everybody. Okay, so again, thank you for joining and thank you, dear Milica. It's nice to see you today.
Thank you for having me and inviting me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Gauri, nice to see you. Hi, thank you. Thank you for turning the camera on. Nice. And Tita and many others are here. Hi, nice. Thank you. So, Milica, you've been on the spiritual path for how many years now?
11. But I would say probably my whole life in search of the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how?
But it's certainly the actual path started 11 years ago when I met Mohanji.
When you met Mohanji? So you're a direct disciple of Mohanji, and
Yes.
yes, how your life looks like when you're a disciple of a Sadguru, of a guru.
In service, for me, it was very organic, and everything was just flowing and opening up on its own. The absolute most important moment was when I met him, when he found me in despair. And I was not searching for a teacher or a guru, nor did I even know that they exist. I was just in real pain and depression, deep depression, lost lost meaning in life. And when I met him, it was recommended by a friend to go and see him, his talk, and be part of the meditation and the program. At that stage, I was really in despair, a real despair. And she said, just go and meet him. She didn't explain much. And I immediately felt I should. There was some kind of a pull to go. And I didn't research what this program is about. I had no need. I just went. And the sun is coming into my face. I went, and it was instant recognition. It was first, Mohanji was not even in the room. We had many people there. We started power purity meditation started, and I felt tremendous peace suddenly, peace and silence even. Even my mind even settled down, and that is impossible at that time. It was impossible to feel peace because it was absolute despair that I was feeling, and extreme turbulence and anxiety. So as I walked in and they started meditation, I went into the just silence and peace, and I disappeared in it. And when I opened my eyes, Mohanji came into the room, and I just saw him. My soul recognized him, and I could see that he is just floating. For me, he looked like he's floating into the room, and I was blank. I had no thoughts. I had nothing. It was just a thought that came through. He has no resistance. That's all that came. I don't even know where that was coming from at that time, but I remember it still to this day, which is, my memory is not that good anymore. But I remember that very clearly. And then the satsang started, questions and answer session, satsang in company of highest truth. And it completely restored me, his presence, his incredible explanations of most difficult questions that of life, that only someone who has walked the path and came to came and knows the source could reply with such sharpness, such clarity. Each word carried healing. power as well, his presence as well. And it lasted about 3 hours, the satsang. Satsang started with 3 hours, and it felt like 3 minutes. So after that, I really felt extreme clarity about questions that I knew I had and questions that I didn't know I have even. That it was just all clear. I understood simply that I identified with the situations in my life completely. Simple as that. I identified with all the situations. They overwhelmed me, and that are not situations. I was going through a lot in last 15 years before I met him, through a lot of hardship. But that's what I understood. And I also received Shaktipat at the end from Mohanji, which further completely restored me. Because I went home different person in one day. So for me, it's difficult to explain what it felt like. I just recognized the truth. I felt source energy. I felt highest truth. And in his presence, in one day, I felt healed. And that's how my true spiritual path started.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing these very deep and profound experiences. I would call them peak experiences, transformative experiences of one's human life. But I believe that many others who will listen to our talk maybe are not even looking for a master, or maybe are not ready to meet a master. And as we know, we were born as a product of love. A baby, when it comes to this world, it's a product of love. And in the essence, we know that we are this source of love. But why do you think? Because today's talk's going to be about from the pain to the meaning of life. Yeah, that's today's topic. So why do you think humans go from this profound and this overwhelming divine love, I would call, when the baby is born? It's complete source. It's coming from the source. Then we go through this tremendous suffering, and we experience so much pain and so much, let's say, downfalls in our life. Why do you think is that?
Identifications. So first few years, usually the child, up to 5 years, doesn't develop its ego fully, and is usually quite happy if the circumstances are loving, right? But as the child starts growing up and starts now seeing itself through the world's eyes, demands of society come in, the programs of the way everything functions in the world, in most places, the child gets lost in that and starts searching for itself outside. They need to fit in the school system. Immediately you receive this is how it should be, and not this way. It should be this way. You're starting to learn things that might not be accordance to your nature and what's natural for you, and you have to fit in and allow the system to program you in a way. While I strongly believe that if our talents were nurtured, if school system would allow children to rather allow children to go the route of what they're talented with, so it's not stressful. They can just get more support or anything they need, more education in that way, that everyone wins, because everyone will be content in the society. They will contribute according to their talents. So that's what I believe happens. And then we start disassociating. Stress happens inside of even a child. If the school, for example, schooling is not something that they are made, it doesn't suit them. It happened to me. I also was a very happy child. I used to love spending time in nature. I used to learn from nature. I would observe bees, ants for hours, and I would just observe the way they are and the nature is, and I would learn from nature. And then, of course, the schooling system becomes quite overwhelming with the schedules and everything, and you're demanded to learn everything by heart. That was very hard for me. So there was again this already as a child, the split in me that I'm not good enough, and somebody else is much better. Comparison starts. You know, this is happening to most of us, but it definitely happened to me, and the deep insecurities start. I start growing up as an insecure child instead of I am whole. I'm given everything that is needed for this life and for this existence.
Okay.
So we are brought into the life feeling incomplete, not whole.
Yeah, so this was, as you mentioned before, this was like a, let's say, stepping stone or the culmination of all the pain that you've gone through. I don't know really your past, I would say. You can share this with me yet, but I believe that there were many things on the many, how do you say, life circumstances, because I believe that we suffer tremendously if we have many things unfulfilled in life, not only one, let's say, field of our life or one need of our life, let's say, but many fields. So this was like a corner, or let's say the peak of your pain, I would say, when you met the master, correct?
Yes, it was. The peak of the pain was due to many years of deep distress regarding my daughter's birth. So my daughter was born with special needs in 2000 and with cerebral palsy, and she can't walk, or she really had many challenges. And what happened is that absolutely no support that we received, both of us, from society, from anyone that really we reached out to for a very long time. We were in the dark, and I couldn't understand why is it this way. I couldn't understand that for me it's normal to help each other. If somebody seeks for help, it's normal. You want to do as much as you can to help them or point them in the right direction. But for us, we were just getting closed doors, no help, rejection after rejection, to the extent where not even one nursery school did not want to accept her because she's different. I'm not even talking about primary school, nursery schools where they just play. Because in some cases, I've researched everything in detail. I've tried to come to the bottom of everything. I was always determined. I was always looking from all the angles what's going on. But after 15 years of complete rejections in many different situations, I just almost started giving up. And when it's happening to your child, it's really painful. It's much more painful than when it's happening to you, because you can handle somehow everything. But when it's a small innocent child in question that you find actually perfect, and the society is rejecting your own child, it's hard.
And the child is helpless.
Yes.
And in a way you were helpless.
Yeah, so I felt helpless, I felt hopeless.
Helpless and hopeless. Okay. Maybe many people of many members that are looking, many viewers that will look this will also feel the same. People are going through different situations, but yeah, when we feel this helplessness, when we are pushed in the corner, I would say squeezed in the corner in any kind of situation in life, maybe that's the transformational point, I would say, that the spirituality enters, the
Yes,
meaning enters.
correct. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's speak a little bit now about this deeper meaning of the life, the purpose of the life. How did you come from this, let's say, hole of pain to the empowerment and to the meaning of life?
It took some time, but the meeting with Mohanji was so deeply transformative that I have only purchased his book, and he already had Power Purity Meditation available online. So my lifeline was his book and the meditation. Meditation is all about forgiving everyone and blessing everyone in your life. And I had a lot to do. Everyone that hurt me. So it took me quite a long time to truly unhook from all the situations, all the people that have hurt me. And so it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect for me to just start with that. And I did. The book gave me again crystal clear answers about everything in life. And this was my sadhana. And I cried for hours and hours during this cleansing. So the cleansing first had to happen. So after that, I signed up for another retreat with Mohanji next year. And in that retreat, again, much deeper cleansing happened and much more clarity happened. When I finished that retreat, I just came to him for the first time in person and asked him his advice, what I should do. And he just told me, join ACT Foundation, which is a charity foundation. And I live in South Africa. And he says, as soon as you come back, here is the number of a person. Call this person and join Seva. So I did. I literally landed. And from the airport, I called her up. And I immediately started with Seva. So selfless service, giving, when you start, healed me completely and gave me purpose as well. This was the first steps. So after such deep cleansing, now giving to people, sharing with people who have absolutely nothing. Seeing people in what's real despair. What I thought is despair I realized is not despair. That there is so much worse that people are facing. Then you start naturally becoming grateful. Grateful that you can be a small instrument in helping someone. What alchemy that happens inside of you in those moments when you reach out to homeless and you speak to them, and the way their face transforms when they receive just a loaf of bread or anything, a small meal. A person who is complete despair, and when their face changes to smile. I had moments when I could see such profound, I don't know how to explain it, in their eyes. When we exchanged the look through to each other, I had shifts in me happening. I would see that they are almost saints to me. That I'm serving them and they are helping me, actually. That exchange, such profound moments that are even very difficult to explain in words, happened to me. So I dedicated myself first to selfless service, serving my society where I live, first in the area, and then just things started opening up, much bigger projects that I would become part of. So the grace factor I started experiencing. When you experience grace for the first time, there's nothing like it. You are flying, and the protection is there, the guidance is there. You start experiencing Master working and his presence without physical presence. And then you start realizing, but he's there all the time with me and guiding me. You really feel like you have wings. So that's how it all started, but it took me to many other areas of service as well.
Wonderful. just for those who maybe listen to this, some words, let's say first, seva means selfless service. Yeah. So let's explain a little bit if someone is new about what selfless actually truly means. Because when we look around, there are many, many humanitarian organizations, and I would say people like to help in a way, but what truly means being selfless? Yeah. What is the essence of the selfless service?
The essence is having absolutely no expectations, meaning you are serving whoever is seeking help, first of all, and expecting absolutely nothing. That was completely new to me because I didn't realize how many expectations we have. And before, I was looking for the ways to serve, and I would be unhappy when people didn't say thank you. So it was not real service. And this is what I learned. And when you expect nothing, magic happens. It transforms the giver and the receiver. It's very powerful. So that's a true selfless service, because you really, and we are taught to expect from small age, unfortunately. Expect results, expect a thank you, or so on. I feel when what happens in selfless service is that it's heart to heart conversation, soul to soul. That's what happens. You really need nothing from another person. You are actually expressing your highest self, which is unconditional love. Over time, you start feeling that towards everyone. That's what I believe is selfless service.
Wonderful. Then the words are not needed anymore.
Yes.
Because you feel well the needs of other person and putting the other person first rather than
Yes.
yourself, right?
Yes, absolutely. And that was so refreshing because that's a part of our pain. We are just focused on ourselves, right? Now you're starting to serve your community and then beyond your community and some other countries, it just starts growing. And then you start even being in the world more and serving the world in any way. It's not just through giving goods, groceries, food. It's by even sharing your experiences that can help someone, conducting programs that Mohanji empowers us to do in any possible way. And you are constantly living to be of service to anyone who needs it. It grows into that. Mohanji says, when you give yourself to the world gives yourself back.
Wow, beautiful. Wonderful. So this weekend we will meet, actually. Yes, you will come to our own yoga center, which is a great honor that we're going to host you. So let's speak a little about, maybe this was also one of your techniques, because sometimes humans, okay, we like to help others, yes, but we need sometimes some techniques, right? We need to occupy our mind with something. So let's speak about the Mtree treatment, let's say. What is it about, and why, from whom it is designed for, and who can actually come and experience this?
Yes, yes. Mtree, for me, Mtree is pure grace. So Mtree, we have individual sessions and group sessions. Mtree, Mohanji has blessed me with in 2015 already, when I was practicing some other techniques. I was learning so many different techniques to help my daughter, and I could not find full effect there. I didn't find myself with them fully because I started noticing how much I'm taking over from people. I was always empathetic, compassionate, and I think through also not having a channel and source to connect to, I was taking on from people. And I came to him in 2015, it was May or June, and I asked for permission to stop to do all these energy sessions and energy healings. And he told me, no, you're only starting now. And he gave me Mtree. and it was mostly one-on-one for some time. And Mtree also transforms the same way the practitioner and the receiver again. That's why I say it's pure grace. So in the beginning, I used to we never advertised for years. I don't even know how they found out about the sessions, but somehow they did. And I would immediately, very soon, I started distance sessions because I was already doing distance sessions, so it was normal for me. And I would meet people around the world, from many corners and parts of the world, with Mtree. And again, it's soul-to-soul connection for me. And they would start experiencing really huge shifts after the first session in whatever blockages they are going through. It can be in any type, emotional, mental, even situational, incredibly. So I started learning about Mohanji's greatness through these sessions. What he actually is doing that we are not even aware. So that was also allowing me to connect deeper to his consciousness as well. So it's a tool with many aspects. And then the group sessions started as well. So I'll talk about the group sessions. The group energy is very, very powerful. And we are all gathering together. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. So we are all gathering together with an intention to heal, to be better. And that's pure intention, makes a very powerful energy field, I believe, where anything is possible, a field of all possibilities. And so the group session, we start with certain very powerful preparations that you already start feeling so much better. And the person is guided into a very deep receptive state, where we can tap into stored impressions, even traumas, emotions, any kind of blockages. So you are led into that receptive state. You're very safe, very protected, and you are guided to almost witness it all. So that once and for all, you're guided to release it. So we're looking even to release it from the root cause when it actually started. Many people each person has totally different, unique experience because we are all unique. Many people witness different lifetimes where it happened, so that you can really release it once and for all, even from the past lives. So it's very profound. And the real healing happens towards the end when we invoke gratitude in our hearts. And when we open our hearts, we are led to open our hearts in gratitude and going back into deep balance. And, when we are natural, when we are balanced, we cannot get sick, we cannot be unwell. So when we go back to our nature, when we go back to our balance, you heal. This byproduct is healing, so you are almost led to self-healing, going back into balance with yourself on all levels. So this is in short. And people really had we have so many testimonials, what people have experienced. I know some people here in this session have already been part of many group sessions. And so it's just always special, always special.
So there's some kind of a prerequisite, some kind of experiences that attendees need before they register, or?
No, nothing really. Just whoever comes with open heart, open mind benefits most. Where our minds are doubtful, then we close down, But trust yourself to open up, to receive the most. No, nothing really is needed. Just trusting ourselves, really. We don't trust ourselves. We stopped trusting ourselves first. Yeah.
That's correct. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we have people here in the Zoom. So if you would like to add something, if you would like to question something, give some questions, you're welcome to unmute yourself and just jump in now. You're available. Or if you like to share experiences also, this is very also recommended. So please.
I can also share a little bit more on purpose, because we wanted to speak more a little bit about that. So I spoke about the beginnings, how it led me how Mohanji led me naturally to purpose. But over the years, it was, you know, he obviously knows his children so well. So in different times of life, he guides you to a different, maybe he opens so many platforms so people can serve, because of their so many talents. People are talented at different things, right? So some people can express themselves and heal through music, some through dance. They can even connect to the highest through dance and music, some through writing, some through selfless service. So all the aspects of expression, but also individually who is talented for, you know, to suit their talents. And so through that also there's that's just beautiful to see, you know, to how many different platforms he opened over the years, so that we can express ourselves and find ourselves, and also serve the world, you know. So he gives all of us opportunity to serve the world, like I said, and to give ourselves and our talents to the world. That brings such deep fulfillment, such deep fulfillment. So over the years, you know, he gave me other opportunities to become an Mohanji Acharya, and travel the world. I travel a lot, and conduct different types of sessions, gatherings. And I have to be honest, even a few years back, that was a real challenge for me, because I was still very insecure. My faith in him led me, because I would never say no, but otherwise I would be really terrified. Even to speak to you now, it would be impossible. Not to mention live, no way. But imagine how he gave me that task to go to different countries and represent the foundation and our activities in the world. Me, little me, who was so deeply insecure. But that so healed me, the interaction with people. I always loved people, but I got so badly hurt that I became insecure, and I wouldn't be able to stand in front of people and speak. But he just gave me that, you know. He knew what I need the most. So again, it's what we need. And that fulfillment, that interaction and exchange heals all of us. And so the purpose, of course, you know, is in every moment now. Higher purpose becomes every moment of every day, and that's tremendous. I don't know many who have this opportunity. So I'm really so deeply grateful that I wake up every day with gratitude to Mohanji.
Wonderful. Yes. Gratitude is the essence of our heart. Please. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, maybe now there are some questions if you would like to. Some turn on their camera. Nice, thank you. Ivana, hi.
Sorry, I'm watching on TV and it's connected to laptop, so you can't see me usually, but I wanted to ask a question to Milica.
Please.
You were his assistant, personal assistant, and if you can share something from that experience, I know there must be a lot to share, but also something that he says is that diamonds are made under extreme pressure, and I'm sure you felt that as his assistant, especially. So maybe something around that.
Yes, yeah, I wore many different hats over the years. It was just amazing actually. Mohanji, it was again organic, a very natural procession to being his assistant. What happened is that um, I uh, I gave myself fully. In the very beginning, I started organizing meditations at home and gatherings at home, and I just want everyone to know about Mohanji and feel his presence because it was so deeply transforming to me. So it was natural, I just did what was natural to me. So very soon he was coming to South Africa in 2 years' time, and he got me involved immediately, pulled me in, and he gave me tasks to do and so on, and even to assist him personally. So it was just it was not like, now you're my assistant, you have to do that. That doesn't exist. It was very natural. He would give small tasks, and you don't even notice what you're doing. Yes, it's very busy. The pace is so fast. It's lightning, especially these days, where he's serving the world in such a huge, in so many different aspects. So in the beginnings, you don't even notice, and only when he leaves, you think, oh, this was amazing, this was incredible. You only, because of the pace, you don't even notice what's happening, and then you realize later what grace was pouring all over us. So it was very natural, and over the years, more and more things were, more trips together, more tasks. It was growing from just assisting in a personal way to organizing much more, meetings and so on. So I never, in the first few years, I never felt really stress. Let me just try and move. The sun is, yeah, I don't really recall stress. It's mostly later on when the mission expanded so much. So there's so many different aspects, But the best part is he will guide you whenever you need guidance, whenever you lose your way. If you start feeling stressed, I always used to say to myself, doorship, get out of doorship right now. You're doing nothing. It's all him. That is very effective to this day. And because it's true. It's true. It's amazing. The byproduct of being very close to Mohanji is feeling his essence and feeling how he's multidimensional, how he works. Experiencing that is very, very transforming. And also, how can I say? I don't. Sometimes we're foolish enough to feel, especially before programs and so on. Let's say we are involved in some organizing certain aspects of the program, and you would start feeling stressed because there's a big group of people who is working together. But again, when you step back, stop stressing and flowing, and a feeling that is done through you, again, you become so much more effective. So being more in his energy space, more in his field, the guidance is there. So yeah, I don't know. It was really blissful, and we would miss him terribly, many of us, when we were not with him. But why I'm saying this is because these days, again, I'm so deeply grateful to him, because I really always feel his presence now. And I don't feel separation. I don't feel even for a moment. And because that was happening for many years, when he leaves. And now this is again his grace. I don't feel separation. He's always there. I hope I answered at least a little bit to Ivana's question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ivana, for your question. Thank you for contributing. Nice. Anyone else, maybe? Or sharing some experiences or your insights, how to go from pain, suffering, to the bliss and to meaning of life, empowerment, purpose of life.
Yeah, you see, now we are very grateful. I'm very grateful for all the battles and the pain, because if I were very cushioned and living comfortable life, will I ever be here? No, I would not search for answers. I would stay in comfort zones. Spiritual path is being out of every possible comfort zone. But it feels great.
Constantly, yes.
Because we don't depend on anything and you're not scared of anything.
Correct. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. So maybe we will just now slowly conclude our meeting. Everybody warmly welcome to the session with Milica on Saturday. This Saturday on the 2nd of November, we will start at 4 p.m. European time with the Mtree workshop in our own yoga center. So you will find the details on many sites, and we also post the Zoom link and everything. I mean the Facebook link, so you can join. And yes, thank you. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Milica.
Thank you, Shivani. I'm so looking forward to meet you in person soon.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
You too, everyone. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you for joining.
Shivani, will this be available online as well for people to join?
Yes, absolutely. No, the workshop not. The workshop we will have only in person, right?
Yeah. Yes, only in person. But soon enough, Gori, I'm leaving next week. I'm in Dubai, and I'll have another session. It's going to be online. I'll announce it very soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Ivana. Ivana is asking also. There will be a group Mtree on 2nd. Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
In Slovenia, Ivana.
Yes, we're in the Slovenia.
But that's
not
online.
Only in person. Yeah.
Only in person. Yes. 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 So, as Milica said, those who feel will join. Yes, those who are called to this transformational experience will join. Yeah. So we will post a link, the Facebook invitation actually to the Mtree workshop next to this recording. This recording will also be in the YouTube version, so you will also receive the link so you can share it with others. Our talk, this talk. So yeah, it can be also used for the, how to say, promotional purpose, let's say, or yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.